guys. Welcome back to Gwen's Place. Today we're doing something a little different. As you guys know, it's been a little beautiful outside, so I figured I would do something outside. We have a topic today that another niece of mine wanted to talk about. So without further ado, let's get to it. Hello, you guys, and welcome back to Gwen's Place. Today we're doing something, well, we're doing two things different. It's kind of nice outside, so we're outside, or I'm outside, and I have special guests, and we're doing it via Zoom. So without further ado, let me let special guest introduce herself.
Hi guys, my name is Precious and this is my aunt.
Okay. And today we come to you to talk about something that is it goes on all the time, everywhere, with a lot of people. I've experienced it pretty much my entire adult life. So I will let her tell you what the subject is and we can get started. Take it away.
We will be talking today. Oh, I'm sorry. We will be talking body shaming.
And you want to explain exactly what body shaming is?
Body shaming is basically someone telling you that you are supposed to fit a certain preference or look a certain way to fit in today's society.
So no one's ever experienced that, right? And it's sad to say even slender people do that. You know, they get told certain things. Sometimes you're too small. You don't have enough of this. You don't have enough of that, or you got too much of this, or you got too much of that. So what has brought this to your mind to talk about this today? Because it is very pertinent with COVID going on and people are gaining weight while, being in the house and stuff like that. What has been your experience with that?
With my experience personally, it's just been, I recently had a baby and well, she's not a baby anymore. She's one. But I got away coming from the hospital. So, I still have a lot of that weight on me. So, you just different things from people. Like one comment was I was working with a guy and I had worked with him prior at another job. And he looked at me and seen me and he was like, "Whoa, what happened to you?" So
same thing is about to happen to you.
Yeah, like I laughed about it because that was just the type of person he was. I wasn't offended at that point because I knew that's what he does.
Oh,
but somebody else, it probably offended me coming from somebody else. But I was used to him. I already knew how he acted. But that was like one situation that I had got body shamed because he was used to seeing me a certain way, but then now he see me like this.
Right.
But a lot of people experience that, and it's not right.
No, it's not. And like I said, most of my adult life, I've been a big girl. So going out to the clubs, I would go out. Now the skinny girls would always get the whatever, and then I would always get I call them leftovers. You get the old dudes or the totally drunk dudes. So it's
Yeah.
been that way. And a matter of fact, we ended up started going to a club that, because this, the big, being ugly or whatever is primarily what is it, a Western thing. Because in Africa and some other countries, the bigger the better. They're like, if you have that amount of food to eat, then you must be wealthy. So we started going to the Caribbean.
Right.
In the Caribbean club, the skinny ones were standing on the wall, and we were getting all the, we were getting the dances because they, like the bigger women. So it's crazy. But in Western society, definitely they want you a certain way. They want your hair a certain way, and they want your butt a certain way, your boobs a certain way, your stomach a certain way. And if you're not, then you have problems. It affects jobs. It affects all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, because all
Entertainment.
growing up, I heard you were pretty for a dark skinned girl.
Oh,
Like,
really? What
does
is that?
what exactly does that mean? I mean, I
Exactly.
never understood at the time when they were saying it. Like, I didn't understand it until I got a little bit older. So it's like, so because I'm dark skinned people are not pretty.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly. That's another one too. Yes, that is another
yeah.
one.
In society, that you have to be a size 2. Well, let me talk about African American women. You got to be a size 2. You got to have little junk in your trunk. Your hair can't be nappy. It's got to be straight. Natural is not good and all that. It's like you put so much on somebody, and if we were all meant to look the same, God would have made us that way.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
because we're all made different, it's okay for anybody to be comfortable in the skin that they're in.
Exactly. And then they make you, because then that in turn sometimes turns into bullying too. I experienced that. Um, when I was in like elementary school and stuff like that, I experienced that kind of thing where you didn't necessarily fit in. So then it was at that point, it's kind of a bullying thing. Of course, back then in the 70s, nothing about no bullying then, but
Right.
but that's what it ended up being. Like I felt pressured to try and do, because we weren't allowed to wear our hair down. Mom always put my little ponytails in, and they were like, oh, making fun of me or whatever. So I felt pressured. So I ended up like taking my hair out, and my older brother had ended up putting it back. Of course, Mom knew, because he wasn't the best flatter. So Mom knew I had it open, but to fit in and not get teased and stuff. It's a lot of stuff that goes with that people should not be doing. They should be looking at how the person acts or how the person treats them. And unfortunately, in this society, they don't. Like
Mm.
I know a lot of nice people that the world just rejects just because. And that's what I ended up being with, was a lot of quote unquote rejects in school. Like one girl had a brace on her back, another one was like extremely skinny. Another one had some other problem. It was like I ended up being with the quote unquote rejects. And so that's part of the reason for my always being for the underdog, because like you don't know what that person got going on. You might look a certain, you might got nothing going on inside.
Right. Exactly. Because when I was in school, I say high school, I was with the cool kids, but I didn't like how they treated people.
Yeah.
Because they did those things to people, and then I just look at them like they're crazy. So like eventually I started to separate myself from them, because like that's not how I want to be
Right.
portrayed. Somebody that's treating people mean, because at the end of the day we're all human.
Now, relationship wise, how did that affect, like who came to you or didn't come to you or whatever like that? How did that have an effect on your relationship wise coming up?
Relationship wise, it really, I think it did affect me in some ways, but I really didn't let it affect me, because I think by the time I really got into serious relationships, I was comfortable
But who you are.
with who I was, because I didn't really date like that.
Okay, well, I got that. I understand that. Well,
I didn't really. I felt like in high school, like for some reason I was like 10 shades darker. So my skin was like dark in school for some reason. I don't know, like, because when I looked at a picture I seen when I was in school, I was like, I was so dark. What happened? So I kept people away from me.
Oh, well,
because
if
I
they
didn't
had
look
known the truth, darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
yeah, maybe look a way. I didn't look like somebody to their preference. But you know, I was quiet. But I mean, what I did, I just looked for personality. And if their personality was okay and you know they were a nice person, then I wasn't really worried about the physical.
But
yeah, because
unfortunately, that's not really how it goes these days. A lot of
no,
guys are looking for, they call them in the songs and stuff, dimes or whatever the heck that's supposed to be. But okay, right.
everything like it just doesn't make sense that a woman has to feel like she has to look a certain way to fit in with people or to even attract somebody.
Right. Because if you notice, you will see, and this may not necessarily be in the African Americans in our culture, but it may be. I mean, I don't know, but I know in the Caucasian culture, you will see these slender, beautiful. I mean, look at the ex-president.
Mm-hmm.
With old big belly, bald hair, you know. So why can you look like that, but she has to look like that? Come on,
exactly. Exactly. The double standard.
yes.
And but I
And
just want to tell you, comfortable in the skin that you're in.
absolutely.
If you were look like everybody else, you're not. So
and you don't want to be everybody else.
yeah, that if we were all the same person, it would be so boring.
It really would. It really would. Because variety, hey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And another thing too that gets me is, and you said something that jogged for me, is the natural.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times when you're, especially African American with our hair, whatever, a lot of times when you're a mom, you are, especially a single mom, which I was, you are tired. You don't feel like this, that, now. You like, look, I got clothes on, they clean, they match. Sometimes it might not. But leave me alone, don't worry about all that. I'm tired. You want to help, you want something, you want to help me, we're good to go. But if you want me to look like a beauty queen, but yeah, I gotta be dad, mom, this and that all at the same time, that ain't all gonna happen. You're gonna be tired. You might not feel like doing it. We're not a 2 or 3 minute pull back the hair thing. We can do this in 2 or 3 minutes. But we're not that. I mean, this takes a lot of arm work and whatever, and you tired. You done, baby done wore you out, you done washed, you done clean, you done cooked, you don't feel like all that foolishness at the end of the day. It's like, okay, and then, and I know.
My hair was looking a mess. It was up in the ponytail and its natural look. But it was in that stigma. You can't go in there with your hair looking a mess. So, right.
We won't discuss what's under here. But I heard somebody say it the other day on TV, and they're like, in entertainment, looks is everything. And I was like, that's sad.
It is. It really is.
Got a whole lot of talent out there that's probably going unnoticed because they don't have a certain look.
Exactly. Yeah, because I had seen this, what made me bring up this subject, because I had seen on TV, it was a show, I believe it was Teen Mom, where it's this one, and they were body shaming her because the whole time she's been on this show, she's been like fluctuating in weight. So she's been down to a size 4, she's been a size 12, she's been back in the middle.
Oh Lord.
But they her because they was like she's fat, because now she's a little bigger, fat and ugly. And I'm like, that's another woman saying this to her. Like, why are you saying that? Yeah, like coming from another woman, if you want somebody to do that to you, why would you do it to somebody else?
Exactly. And they'll be the very same ones that are saying that can't handle it when it happens to them.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I don't understand why women just can't be supporters of each other. Like we
Right.
already against us being women, and
Right.
it's like want to degrade and shame people.
Each other down. That make no
Yeah,
sense.
each other.
Yeah, that's what we have to do, especially with all that's going on now. Definitely got to do that unless you have these millions of dollars and can whatever. I mean, we all are struggling to do what we have to do. So you can't come out looking like a model every time you go somewhere. That's just not
Mm,
gonna happen. I'm sorry. Not for me
mm.
anyway. And I'm sure plenty others, you know.
Yes, a lot of others. It's a day-to-day struggle for everybody. Let
Well,
me
there's
see.
like the job. We haven't talked about the job aspect of it, at least in any length, because I went on an interview and for the job that I have now, and in
Mm-hmm.
the interview, once the guy was like, okay, well, I'm not official, I can't do it officially, but I'm offering you the position. And he was like, well, he looked at my chest. Well, I noticed that, you're endowed there. You have a lot of guys down on the floor. So, we prefer that, you dress modestly. So do you tell that to everybody to come through there?
Okay. Yeah, another aspect with that too. Yeah, about jobs. You know how you gotta check they give you the ethnicity
Oh
box.
yeah.
Sometimes you be afraid to put what race you are because you
Uh-huh.
don't want to be a deal breaker.
Right. You know how it's gonna affect you.
Yeah, because it's just you get shamed for all kinds of things like
All kinds of
body
stuff.
color, your skin. It doesn't.
Yeah.
The list
And
goes.
I don't know if you know or not, but you had a cousin that works for a law firm that told her she cannot wear her natural hair.
Really?
Yep.
That's sad.
Yep.
Because you should still look however you feel.
And I was
Look,
like, is that not a lawsuit waiting to happen?
yeah, it's a professional, like your dress. Like I see if you in a law firm and you coming in sneakers and jeans,
Right, right.
but as long as your dress attire for your job fits, then you should be fine. Like it shouldn't matter how you wear your hair at all. It's just ridiculous out here. And I'm like, I'm not even ready for the world for what I have to go through with the baby. Cause
With her, because
yeah,
she's a girl, so she's gonna
girl,
have
so
some stuff going on.
yeah, it's just sad.
Yeah, I mean, and with all that going on, with the world having you being a certain way, like how do, especially African Americans, how do we continue to hold on to our value, our self-worth? How do we hold on to that without getting lost in trying to fit into what they say beauty is?
Everybody just has to remember beauty is within. You just have to get to a place where you feel comfortable with yourself and what everybody else thinks. It doesn't matter. They're like I said before, if you were made to look like everybody else, you would. Your beauty is your own special beauty, and you should never let anybody make you feel anything.
Yeah. And I know that's hard I mean, it may get easier as you get older, depending on what you're trying to do in life. But when you're young adult and the 10 on up, maybe even before then, sometimes you see the young ladies trying to wear all this stuff and fit in the tight pants and not eating and makeup, and I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. It should be, like you said, about who you are as a person. Because some
Yeah.
of them, some of these people that are have these complaints are, these are not people that you want to be like. It's nasty.
At
The
all.
attitude is that is nasty. You might look pretty on the outside, but Who wants that?
Yes, because your innards are a mess.
And that make you
But
ugly outside.
yeah, I just say stay true to yourself. Don't change anything for anybody.
Right. And especially young ladies, if you trying to get a man and he's like, this is not good enough, that's not good enough, this not good enough. At the end of the day, guess what? He's not good enough. Keep it moving. Because
Amen.
if he wants all that, he's not looking at you as a person. He's looking at your outside, and that is not who you are. This is a shell. What they need to be looking at, like you said, is what's on the inside.
Yep, because that's what really counts.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you have an accident. I don't know who I was telling, but you have an accident at the end of the day. You got this banging body. You have an accident and say you lose a limb or lose what you gonna roll out because now I'm handicapped? Like, what
Exactly.
kind of relationship is that? That was nothing from the beginning. So you gotta find somebody who's looking for something that's deeper than skin and makeup and whatever. You need to, it's hard because that's not the normal way. But at the end of the day, you'll thank yourself for doing it that way, as opposed to, oh, he looked good and he treats you like crap and got 5 other women over there on this side and on that side. You gotta remember. We have to remember, because I still at 50 gotta tell myself and remind myself this. So when I'm talking right to me. Because it's a battle for me, because being size wise, being a big girl is it's a struggle, because they look at you for all kinds of things. And another thing, like you were saying something body shaming, another thing with body shaming is what's going on with you. People judge before asking questions to find out the situation.
They sure do.
One of my things I was telling TG about when we had that talk was, for 7 years, I had to walk around. I didn't do it to myself. I wasn't on drugs or nothing like that. I was handling my business, trying to do what I do, but I had to walk around with no front teeth, and people assumed, I had I was telling her, I had a lady at college assuming that, quote unquote, I didn't take it. Why don't you take care of yourself? I should have told her, where's my $1,200? I'll go get them as soon as you give it to me. But she just assumed. Like, I didn't do that to myself. But here
Right.
I am having to deal with the stigma of, oh, her mouth is messed up, so she must be no. Don't ask questions you don't know.
Yeah, I would rather somebody ask me a question than assume something, because they assume, then they want to talk to it with other people, and now you got this whole big old thing going around, and it's not
and not even what it is.
that's a lot of problems with body shaming too.
It is. Yep.
Talk about it with other people, and then it's just this whole big old thing, and then you got about 4 or 5 people saying the same thing to you, and it's just like ridiculous. Like,
and they saying the same thing, maybe not even feeling that way, but saying it so that they can fit in.
exactly, because something about themselves that they don't like.
Yeah, you need to get to this. You need to get to know who you are and enjoy who you are. And if it's something that you don't like about it, at the end of the day, we just have to try and fix it or accept it. Now, when I say try and fix it, I don't mean doing crazy.
Yeah, that's
like me. I tried to lose weight, but hey, at 50, it didn't come off. So I'm like, okay, as long as my numbers are good when I go to the doctor, they just gonna have to accept it for what it is.
Lose weight. If it fall off, it fall off. If it don't, it don't. I've been trying to weight from this baby. She 1 year old. And I don't think I only lost about 20 pounds.
See. I was eating I was eating probably like 500, maybe not even that calories a day for like 3 months, working out, going to the gym 2 times a day, and then 17 pounds was all that came off. After a while, I got tired of being hungry.
Women lose weight fast or slower than men, so
yes,
don't try to work yourself. Not especially if it's for the attention of a man. If you're doing it for yourself, okay, but don't do it to please others. Do it to please yourself.
That's right. Do it because it's something that you want to do. Because at the end of the day, you can lose that weight, and guess what? If he wasn't about you in that way in the first place, he's still eyes gonna wander or whatever else gonna wander. So that ain't gonna make him stay.
And you know you got when he's gonna take you for who you really are, how you really look.
Yes,
With
yes.
you when you tall, he with you when you big. That's the
He with you when you ain't got the wing on.
yeah. When you wake up in the morning, your breath funky and all that. That's the one.
That's what.
That's the one.
He's so crazy. Now I really hate though when the little kids are pudgy. I really hate that, sometimes even the teachers will like, say stuff and make the kids feel bad, or like when they gym, they won't want to pick them or stuff like that. Or even the nerdy, like what they call like the nerdy kids that don't like whatever. That's another form of, I guess bullying in a sense.
Yeah, it is. Let me tell you about the doctor. I took the baby to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
After she was telling me she's so small, she's not getting enough weight. She's just little for her age. I'm like, okay. So she starts eating.
Uh-huh.
Her last doctor's appointment, we went, oh, now her body mass is too much. She's too big. I'm like, what do you mean? She's still small. But her body mass, her body mass is just too much. I'm like, well, you the one said that she was too small.
Right.
So fat. That's what you're telling me. The baby's fat now. I was just like,
I don't mean no harm, but I don't like no anemic looking baby. I like this plump leg.
I'm like, that was an example.
Yeah,
And she
and that's
it. I hurt her feelings.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That's what I said. Like, even the doctors are doing it.
Yep. Because they got that one size fit all. I did have a doctor tell me with the one size fit all thing. She said, an Asian woman will never be the same as a black woman, will never be the same as a Caucasian woman. She said, don't be paying attention to that body mass thing. She said, one size does not fit all. Because honestly, our bones are bigger than like an Asian person's bones or whatever.
Yep.
So that one size fit all body, was it BMI or whatever? Don't pay attention to that mess. And then they want to call you obese. I think they called my older sister obese. She said, I ain't even go back to that doctor.
Yeah, because how can you tell me what I'm supposed to be based off of a chart?
Hey,
at this age, I'm supposed to weigh this. I think I'm supposed to, at my age, I think I'm supposed to weigh like 165 pounds. I'm like, are you serious right now? Like,
it look like you're on crack.
Are you serious? Girl, I'm good.
That mess does not work. One size does not fit all.
Yeah, once you get comfortable, everything else falls into place.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot that like the body part of women, that's a lot that stresses them out, and just don't let it stress you. Just become comfortable. And if you want to change it, change it.
Yeah.
But just make sure you do it for yourself.
Yeah, man. Don't necessarily be going all up under the knife just to make other people happy either,
Yeah, yeah.
And I love when I go and see them. It's a guy, I don't know what TV channel he's on, but it's a guy that like makes clothes and designs, especially for curvy black women.
Mm-hmm.
They got, when you got all the hips and whatnot, because a lot of women they call big to me are not big. You might have a big stomach, or you might have, or whatever. But to me, a lot of women with the big hips and stuff, they got flat stomachs. So what are you talking about? They're big. You want everything to be what up? No.
Plus size model, like how she plus size? She only a size 12.
Girl. Yes.
What makes her plus size? I guess because she's over 150 pounds
or 105, maybe.
I don't know.
She's not anorexic. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true too. Because a lot of people they make feel like they're big. They're really not big.
They are not big. They really are not big.
It drives people to other stuff like being what's the word when you're anorexic?
Bulimic.
bulimia. It drives people to being bulimic.
And then that mess up the teeth and other stuff.
Just because they feel like in society, somebody is in society telling them that they're too big. Why? They're not big.
No. It was this lady, it's this lady that I actually work with now. She said her father shamed her so much that she stopped going around him. She was 100 and she was like 200, I think she was like 205 pounds, and she had maybe 2 kids at that point. And he was talking about her like being a whale in the water and in the pool and stuff like that. And she was like, it hurt my feelings so much. And she ended up losing the weight. She's like really, really tiny now. But I'm like, your own father, come on, that's not cool.
Yes, like, and men out here, stop body shaming your mother's children. They had your kids. They risk their bodies being this way for your children.
Exactly.
And you want to call them big, or they got too big, or they don't look like themselves. It's because of you.
Hello.
That just kills me when I see that. Like, the man tell their woman that they're big. Well, she just had like 3 of your kids. So, I mean, what do you expect?
What you think? The stomach gonna go back flat every time?
Yeah,
no, like that's not gonna happen.
It's just a mess out here in this world today. And
it really is.
Hopefully we can
more and more people need to be told, more and more women need to get together. Don't tear each other down. Get together and do something positive and be like, hey, we have this to offer the world. We are, if you don't want to call yourself a queen, we are, whatever you are that is positive. That all queens are, oh, y'all can't be a princess. I don't care.
Yes. And
but just be positive about it and help uplift the next one, because if you don't, it's just going to continue and get worse.
Always remember this, because my little cousin always says it. Nobody's going to make me feel bad about myself.
Oh, right.
He says that. And always remember that. Nobody is going to make you feel bad about yourself.
That's right. Make it a daily mantra when you wake up in the morning. I am beautiful. I am enough. Nobody gonna make me feel bad about myself.
Every single day, let that be your start to your morning.
That's right. Because like you said, everybody got their own beauty, and every man, I don't probably usually say it, whatever, but every man is not looking for a skinny woman.
No.
Every man is not looking for, there's variety for a reason. God made variety in men, made variety in women, because everybody has something that they like different than the next one. You just maybe haven't found whatever yet, but it's what, billions of people out here?
Yeah.
So
you'll find your perfect fit eventually.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just for that, for the men or whatever. Like you said, it's about you, how you feel inside, how you feel about you. But don't let that, and I'm talking to me, don't let that man be the reason that you feel down or about yourself, or, down on yourself or whatever,
Yes, absolutely.
So, do you feel like you have stated what it is that you felt like you wanted to state today? And I thank you. And anybody else that want to have a conversation via Zoom, to email me at gwensplace2021@yahoo.com, and we can have a conversation via Zoom. I like this.
Yes, I felt everything that I needed to say. But I just want to stress one more time, ladies, be comfortable in the skin that you are in. Don't let anybody tell you that you have to look a certain way, because you don't.
Absolutely.
If we to look the same, God would have made us that way.
Absolutely. And what matters is what's in there, in here and up here.
Yes, it does.
At the end of the day, that's gonna be all you got anyway. Because we get old, we sag, we wrinkle, we whatever.
Yes, get shorter, you hunchback, or anything, It looks fade.
Right. Well, all right. Well, if we're winding down, I guess I appreciate you, Precious, getting with me, and I have enjoyed the talk. And if you want to come back again and we can do it on another subject, please feel free.
Okay.
Yes.
I enjoy myself. Again, everybody, this is one place. Like, subscribe, share.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, let's get this positive thing rolling. All right. Well, I appreciate it. And thank you once again. And until next time, guys. Bye. Hope you guys enjoyed the talk and hope you guys enjoyed spending time with us. And we will see you next time. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.